Welcome back to another one of Don's Get Your Health Back series. I've got Steve McDermott here today, and we've been discussing how we can control whether we get disease or whether we don't by just our thought pattern. And sometimes we take on physical ways to try and heal our situation, where quite often we can do it without that. For example, you might have a condition and you're recommended a pharmaceutical product and you take it for far too long. Inflammation is a leading cause of disease, and all pharmaceutical products, because they're poisons, create inflammation. So there's a point in time where we've got to make a decision about how much longer am I going to create this inflammation? And at what point in time can I take control over and above the inflammation that's being created by what I'm taking?
Yeah, well, it's interesting that you should say that. I was at a chiropractor recently for some muscle spasming, and he said that high doses of vitamin C will alleviate that spasming. So I went and bought some vitamin C, and I didn't check the ingredients that well. It ended up with, sugarine or one of those sort of sweeteners. And what happens with vitamin C is when you've reached your maximum, you'll get diarrhea. So they put in a binding agent in the tablet. So I'm taking high doses of this vitamin C and getting sicker and sicker and sicker. So what I learn out of that is that you have to be able to understand how it makes you feel, and sort of, we're learning about the authority is you, not outside of you, and the reason that we get in these chemical binds is that we're giving the authority to our practitioner, and that eliminates our own regulatory system of knowing when it's right or when it's wrong.
We're born with this knowledge, but it seems to be drummed out of us.
That's right. Specialisation.
So we can listen to ourselves more. But how do we listen to ourselves more? Because we're so conditioned that somebody else is going to heal us.
Yeah, well, it is a problem, and that is that the global belief system is just kept being reinforced with all of the propaganda. The medical science has done so many wonderful things, and look what they've done for us, and isn't it fantastic, and all of this type of thing. Yet in 2010 they did a study at Sydney University and got the actual statistics from chemotherapy, and the survival rate's 2.5%. So we've been using something for over 50 years with a survival rate of 2.5%. So we've been spun what advances have been made, and they're not real.
So in a situation of 2.5%, our earlier conversation, maybe our thought pattern could be just as good as the poisonous solution.
Well, the actual facts are that if you have no treatment, your survival rate's 23%.
Oh, that's interesting.
So you've got better chance backing yourself than you have taking on something toxic.
And if you believe because I know a lot of people that overcome their condition with a belief system. And I've had situations where I've had people with terminal conditions, and by introducing something that feeds the body, the condition goes away.
Correct, yeah.
Because the body is its own, we are a healing machine.
It's a body purpose. If you look at, as we get older, the cause of death for most old people is malnutrition and dehydration. So they're the two major causes of death. So if we look at are we receiving enough nutrition and are we receiving enough fluids, that changes the paradigm completely.
And that's what I talk about and what I wrote in my book is that most people are suffering from malnutrition It's not the diet that you're on. It's your body's ability to receive nutrients.
Absorption, yeah.
And your body quite often won't receive nutrients because you're in a state of fight and flight. You're in anguish, you're upset, the world isn't working for you, and all of that time in fight and flight you do not digest food. So we've got to get back to how do we solve that? Laughter?
Well, laughter, meditation, there are sound programs, as in physical sound, programs that will put you in a different mental state. And this is, see, the other side of your nervous system is your sympathetic, is your fight or flight, and the other side is rest and digest. Whereas most of us are eating the meal in front of the television, which is giving them bad news, and there is no point of relaxation.
I like this. I'm going to close off this. Rest and digest. I'm going to say that again. Rest and digest. Eat your meal at the table. Have a candlelit dinner. Take your time. Rest. Allow the digestive system to play the role that it was designed for. And with that, you've got to get healthier, because when you get nutrition to the cells repair and disease goes away. Thank you for watching another one of Don's Get Your Health Back series.